Hi, and thank you so much for being interested in trying doTERRA essential oils and for being interested enough to learn a little bit more about them and the ways that they can help support your health. I am a big proponent of natural health. I grew up in a medical family, so I definitely don't discount Western medicine at all, but I learned through my family, my dad who's a doctor, that our bodies are beautifully designed to heal themselves. And if we support that, and if we give ourselves a chance to let our bodies heal, and we give them the things that they need to heal, they're going to do that. So that's why I love essential oils. They support the healing that our bodies are designed to do. I've never found a company that has products so great that work on so many levels for so many things. It's sort of like an all-in-one proactive healthcare. doTERRA isn't just an essential oil company, it's a wellness company. They very much are promoting proactive medical care, which of course starts with eating right, eating things that are good for us, exercising, doing what we can to get rest, doing what we can to reduce toxic load, and then this level of informed self-care, which is why you're watching this video and why you're trying essential oils. There's lots of things we can learn about these oils, which I call plant medicines, that can help us in areas that we struggle with and that maybe we're suffering from. I want to just tell you a little bit about what essential oils are, how they work, how to use them, and some safety tips. So essential oils, and I'm just gonna show this little bottle. This is a bottle of oregano. And in this bottle of oregano oil, which came from oregano, the oils are found in the seeds, the bark, the leaves, the flowers, the stems, the roots of plants. And we're extracting these compounds from them. So these compounds in these constituents that are in the properties of the plant are the things that protect the plant against environmental threats and provide those beneficial properties for us that can support our health. As you can see on this screen, if we look at that little peppermint leaf, peppermint oil comes from the leaf oil sac. So if we extract all these oils from various parts of the plant, there's 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So for instance, one little drop of peppermint oil, which I love and always have on hand, is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. And it's about the equivalent of 8 cents per drop. Peppermint is amazing for digestion, relieving tension, healthy respiratory function, staying cool, staying alert. The thing I do love so much about essential oils is they work not only on an emotional level, there's always something that it supports us with emotionally, but they also work very much on a biological level. And I'll show you how. Essential oils are super effective because there's a science behind it. There's a science to it. So each oil, which is coming from all different plants, contains hundreds of different compounds. And this provides a really complex and versatile ability to combat threats, viruses, bacteria, without building up resistance in our bodies. Like antibiotics, we can build up a resistance to that. Essential oils don't work that way. This is how they work. If you look at this little diagram at the bottom, we have a human cell. We all work on a cellular basis, right? We all have cells and everything is built on those cells. The outside of that cell is an oily membrane that protects the cell. It keeps the good things from going out and the bad things from coming in. But sometimes we get viruses. That little purple guy is a virus. And we have these little bacteria. The little green guy is a bacteria. They threaten our cells. They get into our cells, they try to damage our cells, and then we get sick. If the cell is harmed, then it's going to duplicate that cell, and that cell's not going to be functioning properly. So the viruses duplicate the DNA on the inside of the cell. So because oils, and that's this little blue guy, because oils are oils, they can easily pass through. Let's get this guy, it goes right through, boom, he goes right through into the cell, and he can start working inside the cell to combat and restore and heal the damage that's going on inside of that cell because a virus has gotten in. It can also work around the outside of the cell to combat the bacteria that's trying to damage the cell. So oils always work with the body to address issues and root causes on the cellular level. Once you take an oil, within about 20 minutes, it's hit every cell in your body and it's starting to work very quickly. There are basically 3 types or 3 grades of oils that are out there in the world. There's the synthetic oils, which you're going to find at like your TJ Maxx, your Walgreens, even your Whole Foods. These are not real oils. These are not based on real plants. They are toxic chemical fragrances. They are made in a lab. Then you have your food grade oils. These are like your cooking extracts and your flavorings that you would buy at the grocery store. And then you have a whole regimen of oils out there called therapeutic. The FDA does not regulate essential oils, so these are really not regulated. They can just, the label can just say it's therapeutic, and we really don't know what the quality is in that oil. doTERRA's oils, and why I want to say they're so safe and so pure and so effective, is because of their quality standard. They have very high purity standards. They call theirs certified pure therapeutic grade. They're medicinal pharmaceutical grade oils. They're the world's highest quality oil, and they're verified safe for use for all ages, from babies to elderly age, for pets even. How doTERRA does this, where they get, I always want to know where's it sourced. I want to know where these oils are from. How do they make them? doTERRA works with farmers in about 40 different countries. They make sure that they are harvesting the oils from their natural habitat. They make sure that they're organic, that they're pure, they're free of fillers, pesticides, no contaminants. And then once they bring them in and they start to extract the oils from the plants, they have 3 ways that they test them, and they do 2 in-house tests, and they have a stringent third-party testing for every batch to make sure that there's nothing impure about these oils. The bottom of each bottle, let's see if I can show you this one. This is an On Guard. You can see, perhaps, there's a series of numbers and an expiration date. That series of numbers is the exact batch where this oil came from, and then the expiration date tells you when it expires. It's usually about 2 or 3 years. The other cool thing about essential oils is that they are very, very cost effective. They are cheaper than most traditional medical care, and let me explain. When someone has an ear infection, you can put 2 drops of lavender, 2 drops of melaleuca, put them to bed, and within about 12 hours, that infection's gonna be cleared up. That costs about 64 cents, just a couple drops of lavender and a couple drops of tea tree. When I have problems with my allergies, or just I have a lot of environmental allergies living here in Los Angeles, I'll use sometimes Digestin for sinuses, or I'll use peppermint, or my go-to is often Breathe. So for just a couple drops, I'm diffusing this, I'm putting it on my chest. I'm saving myself a lot of money buying like a Claritin, and then not to mention the side effects of that. It doesn't make me drowsy, doesn't make me sleepy, doesn't give me those side effects. So how do we use essential oils? There are 3 ways that we use essential oils. We use them aromatically, we use them topically, and internally. And I'm only recommending internal with doTERRA because I know their quality standards, and I'll show you how you can tell if you can use an oil internally. But aromatically, let's start there. When we breathe in the natural compounds from the essential oils, whether we're putting them on our hand and inhaling them, which is awesome to do. I love doing it with peppermint. Just put a little drop. Oh, she's almost gone. A little drop, rub your palms together, cup them and inhale. Not only does it open all the sinuses, but it also, it's a very uplifting scent. Delicious, delicious, delicious. But we can also put them in diffusers, right? We can use a diffuser. Add a little bit of water, a couple drops of peppermint, maybe 3 to 5, and this thing will diffuse 2 to 4 hours. It's putting all that luscious scent and compounds in the air. So what is that doing for us? What is that doing for us physically? This is our limbic system in the brain. And if you look at this little red dot, this is an essential oil. And this little bulb here is the olfactory bulb. So essential oils are extremely good for changing the emotional state. The limbic system also controls blood pressure, heart rate, breathing, memory, and hormone balance. That's a lot. The limbic system does a lot. Blood pressure, heart rate, breathing, memory, hormone balance. So when we breathe in this little guy, this little essential oil, it goes through our olfactory bulb, goes all through our limbic system here. It's going to go hit this little guy here, which is the amygdala, which is the seat of emotion. So that's going to awaken and change our emotional state based on what properties that plant is good for, like peppermint. Again, it's the compounds and properties of peppermint are to awaken and alert. For lavender, it's to calm and relieve anxiety. And then it's also going to hit the hippocampus, which is the seat of memory. So think about how strongly our memories are connected to smells. When you can go somewhere and smell something and instantly flash to a memory in your childhood, that's because of the hippocampus. Using essential oils really activates the limbic system. The second way we can use essential oils is topically. One amazing way to use them topically is through the bottoms of the feet. Why the bottoms of the feet? The bottoms of the feet have large pores. It's a tougher skin. If you are familiar with Chinese reflexology, every point on the foot relates to a point in your system, an organ in your system. So when we put oils on the bottom of our feet, it's soaking and it's going to hitting all of those systems. Ways to use essential oils topically: you can just simply take your bottle and take a drop and put it on. This is lavender. Love to rub it on the temples, the back of the neck. Delicious, delicious, just so good. Sometimes I'll put it under my nose, just right there. So this is going to immediately, activate the limbic system. However, we highly recommend diluting it, because when you put an oil on, about 40% of it flashes off. So if you can dilute it with a fractionated coconut oil, perhaps maybe just like a dime-sized drop, see if I can, kind of hard to do that, to a couple drops of lavender. A couple drops there, rub them together. Now if I had a sunburn and I rubbed it on my sunburn, oh, my arms are sunburned, the next day they would not be sunburned. It takes away all. Lavender is amazing for burns, whether it's sunburns, whether it's burns on the stove. I did that the other day. I burned myself on the stove and it was very painful, but I immediately started putting lavender on and it took the pain right away. And I just kept doing that for about a half an hour. I completely took the pain away. The next day it blistered up just a little, but it healed up within like 2 days. Diluting is a great and recommended way to use your essential oils. You can do this to dilute, which just keeps it all in one. This is a roller ball of lavender and fractionated coconut oil. So doTERRA sells them already made. You can also make your own, and it's just a nice way to, it just kind of keeps it around. You can keep it around, throw it in your purse, throw it by your desk, throw it in your car, throw it by the bed. That's a great way to use your oils topically. Now, if you're having pain, maybe there's certain parts of your body where you're having pain, you should definitely be using essential oils on those parts. Deep Blue is a line that we have that is great for taking away soreness, muscle pain. Copaiba is another great one. Past Tense is one of my favorites for headaches, and they sell it in a roller ball. Rub it on the back of my neck, or my atlas, or on the temples, on the forehead, my legs, and my lower back gets sore a lot from sitting and from running. So this is an oil I often have that I'll just put on my lower back, or put on the my legs where there's sore muscles. So this is another great use for essential oils. So topically, we always can use them topically. And the third way is internally. Now, again, I only recommend this for doTERRA essential oils because they are medical grade and they are formulated to be used internally. How you know that they should be used internally is because you will see on the bottle this little thing called supplemental facts. And when you see supplemental facts, that indicates to you that this essential oil can be used internally. How do we use them internally? So you can drop them in water. Every morning, I put a drop of lemon oil in my water bottle. I fill it with ice, put a drop of lemon, fill it with water. I keep it in the kitchen so that I always have this. Lemon is amazing for digestion. It's also a very emotionally uplifting oil. It's also a great detoxer for the system. So I always just start with a drop of lemon oil. You can put them under the tongue. I do that a lot. Frankincense and copaiba are great, and On Guard. Frankincense, On Guard, and copaiba are amazing for immunity. So every day I will just put a drop of those under the tongue, or sometimes what I'll do is just like this. I'm I'm going to stop the share a second. I'll just take a little drop, put it on my hand, and just lick it. Just get it right in there. And I've got my On Guard as our protective blend. It's a blend of essential oils. It has supplemental effects, so I can take it internally. It's great for immunity. And then we also have, we have a few blends that we have already blended and created into gel caps. So this is our Serenity blend. And you can see it's just a little gel cap. So the Serenity blend is great for restfulness, calm, sleeping. A lot of people will take this about a half hour before bed or just during the day if they're feeling anxious. It just kind of calms. It's a very calming effect. So a good portion of our products, we make the soft gels already, so you can just take them internally that way. You can take them internally also by making your own. This is a bottle of veggie caps. Veggie caps are just simply empty capsules. You open them up, boo, 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 and you put in the oil that you want to ingest. Some oils we have are what we call hot oils. They're strong. You wouldn't want to just put them on your tongue because they are very hot. I have done this. I do not recommend. Oregano oil is one of them. I thought it was going to go through the roof. But what you can do is you just open it up. I like to make a blend during cold and flu season, which we seem to be in all year this year, with oregano and thyme. Oregano, thyme, there we go. Oregano, thyme, and then I'll often add On Guard and sometimes frankincense. And this is what they call the quote unquote flu bomb. So if you start to feel like you're getting a cold or a flu coming on, these are very antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral oils. So I will just put a couple drops each of those in my veggie cap. I think it will hold about 6 to 8 drops. And I will start popping those every 2 hours for a couple days. And I've literally seen where I have a cold or some sort of flu, virus coming on, and it just sort of mellows out. It's kind of like a little speed bump. Instead of really knocking me out, I might be down for a night, get an extra night of sleep, just feel a little draggy for a couple days, but it completely starts to work on that cellular level, right? To get into those cells and really reform them and take care of the virus and the thing that's attacking them, so that your cell regeneration can be healthy and you can get healthy and your immunity is stronger. So that's another great way that we can take them internally. Okay, so now we know what they are, we know how to use them, and now just a few safety tips. So for the most part, essential oils are safe. They're safe, like I said, for every age, from baby to adult to elderly to even pets. There's different methods of dilution we want to use depending on age. Always avoid putting oils in the nose, around the eyes, or in the ears. Just want to avoid those areas. When you are doing topical application, you really want to consider diluting. For adults, we don't have to dilute because our systems can take it, but remember 40% of that oil is going to flash off if you put it on meat. So in order to conserve your oil and actually get more of it into your body, you want to dilute it with a fractionated coconut oil or a jojoba oil. Grapeseed oil is one of my favorites. You could do olive oil, almond oil. There's lots of oils you can use to dilute your product. Dilution also helps if there's a sensitivity issue going on, and you especially want to dilute what, again, I call the hot oils. So that is cassia, cinnamon, geranium, lemongrass, oregano, and thyme are what we consider more the hot oils. When you store the oils, keep them away from excessive heat and light. They are in these little brown bottles, which definitely helps, but we don't want to heat them up. And if you are going out into the sun, you want to be aware of citrus oils. Citrus oils can cause a photosensitivity. So if you've put citrus oils on you, you probably want to wait before you go out in the sun. Now, as far as dilution for an adult, if you're going to take an oil internally, 2 to 3 drops at a time is good. We always say less is more because, again, they're very effective and they're very potent. So start with just 2 to 4 drops, see how you feel. If you're not feeling different, or if you feel like it's not activating, or increase the dosage. You can put more on the skin than I would take orally. I would take fewer drops orally. For kids, for little babies and kids, you want to highly, highly dilute. So like for babies, I say it's more like a 1/3 to 2/3. So 1/3 essential oils to 2/3 fractionated coconut oil. As you get to kids, it can be more of a 50-50 ratio. And same with pets, more of like a 50-50 ratio. Those are basic guidelines for safety uses for essential oils. So what are the next steps? If you have questions, please reach out to me. Would really love to help you figure out how to use your oils if you have any questions. We're going for effectiveness here. It's kind of like any ailment you would have. If you go to see a doctor and they give you a prescription for something and it doesn't work, you don't just like throw it in the garbage and say, forget it, it's never going to work. You go back to the doctor and you say, okay, this one didn't work. And they usually give you something else and you try that one. It's the same with essential oils because we're all different. Our chemistries are a little different. The compounds of the oils work differently with different people. So if you're finding that something isn't quite working or as effective as you thought it would be, let's chat. Let's see if we can find that oil that does work for you. I'd love to sit down and really come up with a plan for you and offer recommendations on oils and other products that doTERRA has that could be really effective and really turn things around for you. We have continuing education classes. They cover a wealth of information, women's hormones, pets, cooking with essential oils, skincare with essential oils, detoxing your home. Topics are always changing and we'd love for you to continue to keep learning a little bit more and see how these oils and products can really improve your life. How do I buy these oils? doTERRA works like a Costco membership. We are a membership-based company, so you buy a wholesale membership and then you get every product for 25% off. The membership fee is $35 for the first year. After that, it's $25 a year and you get a free peppermint. So it's basically free after the first year. And included in this is continuing education, continuing support from me, people like me who are our wellness educators. So if I haven't talked with you before, please reach out and we can chat more and I can answer any questions you have and guide you. And if I have sent you this video because we've already been chatting, then I'll be following up with you. You can start thinking about what action you want to take next. All right, thanks so much.